If you're leveling up your life and you're getting more confident, then you need to watch out for this. There are so many insecure people out here and they're going to try to bring you down. People are really insecure on the inside, and to an insecure person, your confidence is going to look like cockiness. You know your worth and value, and you're not afraid to let that shine out to the world. An insecure person doesn't even see this in themselves, so if they see it in you, they're going to think you're full of yourself and they're going to try to bring you down a peg or two. So if anyone ever tries to tell you you're full of yourself, remember it's more of a reflection of them than it is on you.
Leveled up ladies, you probably have ran into this problem where people are jealous of you, making snide remarks under their breath, not wanting to deal with you because you're not how you used to be, so on and so forth. And this is not your fault. None of it is. When you outgrow situations and people, you can't make them fit anymore. Okay? So I will repeat that. When you outgrow situations and people, you can't make them fit anymore. Okay? So you have to think about it like that. They're not going to fit your lifestyle. They're not going to fit your mindset anymore. They're not going to fit anything that you are, representing any longer. So you're going to have to nicely, slowly ease them out of the picture. Doesn't mean you have to abandon them altogether. You're just not going to spend as much time with them or talk to them about the things that, you grew into versus what you grew out of. Okay. Because people do change. That is what living is for, to create, to grow, and to change into whatever it is that you are thriving to become. So we're going to have to do that anyway.
When you finally get skinny, you trigger a lot of people. Women support women, girls support girls. Yeah, until you start working on yourself and level up better than them. And that is where all of the jealousy and envy begins. You putting less food into your plate, you portioning out your food, you eating less at the dinner table. It triggers other inadequacies. They're going to compare their plate to yours. Losing weight really shows you what people's true colors really are. The perfect way to gauge if someone is actually a good friend or family member is how they react to your weight loss. Are they truly happy for you, or are they looking at you in a different light? Everybody secretly wants to be skinny, whether they admit it or not. The choice is yours. Are you willing to make that sacrifice?
A really harsh reality about leveling up your life is losing friends and outgrowing friends. Like, it gets to a point where you're in this in-between stage where you're not quite where you're trying to be, but then you're not where you used to be either. You're literally just like in the unknown. And it can actually be really lonely sometimes, because things that you used to relate with your friends, like, you guys don't have that in common anymore.
Here's the truth, and kind of a downside to leveling up that nobody talks about. For that period where you're transitioning from the old you to the new you, that period has to be one of the most loneliest times ever. And that's because it involves a lot of reevaluating and reassessing your environment, the people you have in your life, your friends, family, whatever it is, your job situation, everything. You're doing a lot of analyzing. So you can't exactly be 100% yourself, because you don't know whether you're the old you or the new you. So you don't know how to navigate friendships or, relationships with anyone really during that time. It's like being stuck in limbo, not knowing who you are, and a lot of people are not going to understand what you're going through. Some might just not relate to you anymore, and that's okay. When you come out of this limbo stage and you finally step into who you truly are and who you've become, you will completely gain clarity of what you want around you, the kind of environment that you want to be around, and the people that you want in your life. And you will potentially drop some people from your past, and you will gain some, or you might actually reconnect with some from your past. So yeah, that limbo stage is very, very lonely. And if you're not strong enough and if you're not disciplined enough, you will fall back into the old you, just for the sake of comfort, just for the sake of having that company that you used to have around you, and because you're uncomfortable with the loneliness. So if you are trying to level up, get ready for the isolation phase, get ready to be lonely, and you just have to be disciplined enough to past that phase and know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
So sometimes we don't even see our full potential, and the people that have weird energy and slight energy and just hating energy, most times they can see more potential in us than we see in ourselves. One reason why I don't really like to post on social media like that outside of content creation, if I'm talking like on my personal pages, is because there are a lot of silent followers I have, or ghost followers, or monitoring spirits. These people, they just pre your pages just to know what you're up to, right? And sometimes we can feel type of way because we're thinking like, no engagement, no nothing, like what's going on, just giving a ghost. But 9 times out of 10, what I really want to get at is the fact that these people see the potential in you more than you see in yourself. Haters, the people that are jealous of you, the people that talk down on you, the people that just don't like you for no valid reason, they usually see a lot more potential in you than you see yourself. So that should be motivation for you. That should be almost like a wow, okay. One thing I want you to have in your mind is if someone goes out of their way to be envious of you, jealous of you, hate on you, whatever the case may be, see it as they're just scared and intimidated by the type of woman or man you can become, and they're threatened by it. Use that as motivation to go hard. Like, it can be very discouraging sometimes when we put our best foot forward, we get negative energy sent back, and we have people who doubt us or make us feel a type of way. I don't want you to use that as an excuse to give up, but instead use it as motivation to keep on going. Always use hate as motivation to keep on going. Clearly you're doing something right, because if you weren't doing something right, you wouldn't have haters, right? So sis, you are on the right track. Your haters are seeing it. They are clearly threatened by it. You know, you might even have folks that are like wishing on your downfall. We rebuke it in Jesus' name. It's not gonna go through. Baby girl, they see potential in you. They see the fact that you can achieve and accomplish so much, and they're threatened by that. So always remember that. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep shining on them, and give them enough reason to hate. Okay?
Okay. When it comes to dealing with jealous people, you have to understand something, okay? When people can't access you and they can't reach you, they are going to feel triggered by you. One thing you have to understand is that when you start to level up in life, okay, emotionally, financially, spiritually, mentally, everything, when you level up in life, the people that you used to hang around with, the people that used to be friends with you, the people that are in your life, they will notice that, okay, and they will feel that shift, because energy does not lie. So when you start leveling up, they start to notice the changes in the way that you walk, in the way that you talk, okay, in the way that you see life these days. They see you've changed. Your outlook has changed. Your habits have changed. Maybe you're not doing the things that you used to do with them anymore. Maybe you're not wanting to go to those places that you used to go to with them. Okay? You're changing. You are shifting. You are stepping into a new timeline. And guess what? Guess what, baby girl? People don't like that. Okay? And I'll tell you why. Because when that happens, something happens. And this is why you lose people, by the way. This is why you lose people along the way. The reason why you start to lose people along the way is because you become a mirror. You become a mirror to these people. And when you become a mirror to these people, you reflect back to them the things that they lack in themselves. The things that they are not doing, that they're not doing enough. They're not reaching the levels that you're reaching. You remind them of the things that they are not doing, the things that they are not achieving, the places that they are not going to. Your light triggers them. Now, if you are this person, congratulations. You stepped into a new timeline, you have had a rebirth, and you are stepping into the person that you always needed to be in life. So congratulations. You are going to grieve the old you. You are. You are going to grieve the past versions of yourself. But let me tell you something. It's lonely at the top. I'll give you guys an example. You may look at Beyonce and think, wow, she's a global superstar, right? Beyonce. She didn't get to have a childhood. She didn't have prom. She didn't have homecoming because she was busy. She was on tour. She was rehearsing. She was writing songs. She was learning a new dance. She was busy. She was a child who had to work. Now, you may think, oh, Beyonce didn't get to have a childhood. But Beyonce knew that she had to sacrifice something to get where she wanted to be. So that meant her childhood. That meant not having homecoming. The reason why I'm giving you this example is so that you can see you have to make sacrifices in life. That friendship group, it's time to admit to yourself that friendship group that you've had for many years, yeah, you've outgrown them. You felt like you needed to stay in touch with, you no longer need to stay in touch with them, okay? And people may think this is very savage, but it's not, because you need to make sacrifices. And certain people just can't come with you to this next chapter. They can't come with you into this new timeline that you're stepping into. They just can't, okay? If you try and take them, try and drag them into the new timeline that you're going into, they are going to pull you back. They are going to hold you back in life. And the universe is then going to delay your blessings.
Family jealousy is real, and here's what they do not tell you. So let's talk about when the people who are supposed to love you and care for you start to act weird when you're doing better. Sometimes your growth triggers their unhealed wounds. Your confidence reminds them of when they feel silenced. Your boundaries feel like rejection to someone who's never had any. Your success makes them face parts of themselves that they've been avoiding. But listen, you shrinking yourself will not heal them. You over-explaining won't make them see your heart, and you don't owe anyone a smaller version of yourself to keep the peace. So just remember that because your light is not the problem, it's just exposing what's been in the dark for so long. And that's not your burden to carry.
If you don't know about the let them theory, you're gonna know. Mel Robbins came out with this podcast, and it's the let them theory, which basically says, let them. Let people do what they do, okay? So if somebody wants to talk crap about you, let them. If somebody wants to exclude you from something, let them. If somebody wants to, I don't know, let's say like there's a big trip being planned and you're not included. Like that was a good example that she gave. And you're like, why am I not included? I feel like I should be included, this and that. Let them. Let people be them. And then you can take the time to evaluate if that's somebody you'd want in your life. I think we live in a world where we're always trying to change. Like we're always trying to make people do what we want, because in our eyes, it's like, why would they not? Why would they do that? I wouldn't think to do that, this and that. It's not for you to figure out. It's literally, you will release so much stress. You will live in so much peace the second that you learn. You're not in control of what they say or do anyways. You can try, but what is it worth stressing out over? Cool thing is, when you let people just do what they want to do, you will realize, wow, you know, like maybe that's somebody I don't want to date, or maybe that's somebody I don't want in my circle. You know what I mean? You'll find a hell of a lot of peace when you just let things be. Somebody wants to cut in front of you in the car line, whatever, let them. It's not worth the stress in your life to get worked up about it. If you've never listened to that podcast, I highly recommend it. The Mel Robbins Let Them Theory. It's literally my frontal lobe just fully developed.
Let me tell y'all the harsh truth, okay? When you start leveling up and when you start elevating your life and your mindset, all those people around you, they're not going to come with you. So I'm just telling you that now. You're going to have to leave family behind. You're going to have to leave friends behind. You're going to have to leave everybody, majority of the people in your life, you're going to have to leave behind. Let me tell you what they're going to say. Oh, she acting funny. Oh, she acting brand new. Oh, she thinks she better than us. You're going to hear all of that. And that's going to come from family, friends. That's going to come from everyone. Let me tell you, when you level up, you're going to walk with a new self-esteem. You're going to walk with new confidence. You're going to dress better. You're going to look better. You're going to be on a whole different level. They're not going to be able to come. I'm telling you that now. Majority of them are going, if not all, are going to get jealous of you. So I'm just telling you now. So those who want to level up and stuff like that, be prepared to leave all of that in the past. Autumn Christmas parties, autumn New Year's parties and stuff, you're not really going to be invited like that. You're not going to be invited.
It is a lonely journey, but when you get to the top, you will meet new connections, new levels, new devils, new connections.
They rather go to war with you and end up being deceased than figuring their lives out. These bum asses, these zombies, these bots, these low vibrational ass human beings rather go to war with you, go to war with the chosen ones, than figure their life out and reflect. They rather go to war with you and end up being deceased, because you know you finna do that. You know you're a warrior. You too powerful. Going against you is like that's a death wish already. You feel me? And they rather go to war with you because they so fed up with their lives. They don't know how to just take a risk. They dying inside, bro. They rather take it out and flash out and crash out and end up being gone, being over with. Because you are a warrior now. You're too powerful now. You exceeded all of the limits. You've been through so much. And you stuck through, and they mad you kept going. They hate it. They can't stand it. They're like, how does this dude keep going? They gonna try to aggravate you. They gonna try to hurt you, bro. They really gonna try to hurt you just because you broke the boundaries. Just because you broke the rules the right way. Well, they still getting told to do. They still getting told what to do by other people. They low vibrational. Like, how? What? Like, it really don't make sense, bro. It's just funny, bro. It's just so funny how all they have to do is literally just look at themselves and do what they want to do and live their life. And, you know, some of them have parents. Some of them, you know, they can live at their mom's house. They can live at their brother's house, whatever. They can make it work. They can literally just drop everything they're doing and start doing what you love. But nah, they worry. They scared about the money. They want the results very fast. See? They don't... Hold on, let me spit my gum out. They don't like the grind. They think the grind is just a waste of time. No, they go attack you. They go try to sabotage you because your aura is too much. You're too powerful. You're too high vibrational. They go try to attack you, bro. Because they so miserable, bro. Like I'm trying to tell you, you are a pawn in this game. You are not a pawn controlled by others. You are a master at this own life. You are bending the rules. You are doing what you want to do. Sometimes you gotta take shit. Sometimes you gotta do shit. Sometimes you gotta do shit, bro. You gotta break the rules sometimes. That's how it goes, bro. Like, nigga, you have to learn how to break the boundaries, bro. But nah, no, you too scared. You're too fearful. You just fear everything. You're just waiting, bro. You're not ready for the change. You're not. You're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready. You want to take other people down there trying to do something. You're not ready, bro. You're just not ready. You're not ready to live, bro. You're not ready to live life. You're not living. You're getting told what to do by somebody else, and then you want to take your anger out on me, knowing that if you even cross that line, I'm not gonna react. But once you put a hand on a chosen one, you put this or you put that on a chosen one, you know what's finna happen? Wait and see. Try it. But anyway, that's how it goes. They want to destroy you, and they hate themselves so much that they want to go to war with the chosen ones and end up being deceased. I love y'all. It's your boy Choked Thoughts. Chineke merch.
You leveled up. Increased your emotional intelligence, your mental health, your financial stability, your confidence, your spiritual fortitude. You have raised your maturity rates. It costs more to be around you now. And the only currencies accepted here are authenticity, loyalty, honesty, integrity, and reciprocation. The problem is, some people are so used to getting all of you at a discounted, damn near free rate, barely giving you anything in return, yet taking full advantage of the best that you are. When it comes to healthy interactions with you, give yourself permission to charge what you're worth. But if it's difficult for you to see your worth, then at the very least honor and respect your work. Everything you've fought through, everything you've healed from, every failure or disappointment you've had to climb up out of, everything you've done to get where you are, protect that, because that is your harvest and does not belong to those who feel entitled to reap where they have not sown, and in some cases even attempted to ruin your seed. But not to worry. You don't even need to put focus on that. If you only accept the aforementioned currencies, then people can't afford to be in your presence anyway. Boundary up. I hope this helps.
I'm going to keep saying this until I'm blue in the face and until it's ingrained in your head. What do you have to give up to go up? It's about to be a new year, and every time the new year comes along, everyone's like, oh, I want to lose 10 pounds. Oh, I want to find my partner. Oh, I want to make more money. New year, new me. In order to have those things, you have to give up other things. What do you have to give up to go up? If you are trying to lose weight, what food do you have to give up? What comfort do you have to give up when you don't want to go to the gym? If you want to make more money, what do you have to learn? That means that maybe you can't party as much because you need to go study and learn. What do you have to give up to go up? Because if you want to level up, I can guarantee you, you are going to have to give up some things that are in your life right now. And you need to be honest with yourself and truly ask yourself, what are things that I'm doing right now that are holding me back from my dream life? What do I have to give up? That could be friends, that could be family members, that could be some of your routine, that could be places that you go to. What do you have to give up to go up?
When you try to level up, when you try to do good in life, instead of people congratulating you and trying to, say, okay, what's your secret? Can you help me? Some people go the opposite direction. Just like when you level up, women at work start acting funny towards you. Your man starts acting funny towards you because they like you with low self-esteem. They like you not doing better than them. They don't like you succeeding more than they do. And they're supposed to be all that. You can look good at work. You can look good at home. You can look good in front of your friends, but they don't want to see you do better than them. They don't want to see you do better. If they do, they're going to ask you, what's your secret? Can I do it with you? Let's do this together. What can you help me? What's that you got on? I like it. They will compliment you until they can be on your level or higher. But people that don't like what you're doing because they are insecure will try to tear you down instead of build with you or alongside you, because we don't do that building together. They will not build themselves up alongside you, but they would rather tear you back down so they don't have to do anything and put any extra effort in.
Understand, when you are leveling up and you are starting to walk into your purpose, guess what? The devil is going to send distractions, baby. He is going to send temptation, baby. Old people, old things you used to battle with in your mind is going to start to resurface. You know why? Because he doesn't want you to walk in your purpose. He sees who you are on the other side. He already knows what you can become. He knew what you could become, just like how God knows what you can become. The devil also knows what you got inside of you. He knows the type of fire that you have and the gift that you have inside of you. And he's going to send people and send things and try to mess up things in your life in order to keep you distracted and stay in the same place and not move forward in your purpose and in your calling. But you know what you're going to do? You're going to continue to walk in your purpose. You're going to continue to walk in your calling. You're going to literally keep stepping day after day after day after day. I don't care how hard it gets. You're going to keep walking in your purpose. You're going to keep walking in your calling, because guess what? The enemy's not going to win. He's already a loser. Okay? We're going to stay focused because we're not going to be fooled by his temptation and his distractions. It ain't worth it.
We all been there. You ever accomplish something and it's like the first thing you want to do is go share it with somebody close to you. And then when you tell them the news, it's like they're not as happy for you as you thought they would be. Or you ever been in conversation and you're talking about like your future and how you want to level up and you want to grow, and it's like they get weirded out by that. Those are the people who like you better broken. You got to watch for those, because some people are comfortable with seeing you the way they always seen you. Maybe all y'all friendship, all your life, you've been knowing this person, you've been struggling, you haven't really seen much success, and they're comfortable with that. Some people feed off of watching you struggle. Some people like you better broken. You got to remove those people out your life, man. I'm telling you now, you got to cut the cancer before it spread, and you got to get them people from around you. Sometimes God is not blessing you because You have people around you that don't need to be benefiting off those blessings.
When you start leveling up, whether it's eating healthy, going to the gym, waking up early, chasing your goals, don't be surprised when you find some people around you get triggered and start to act strangely. The reason they do this is because you're holding up a mirror and showing them what they should be doing, what they are not doing. That can sting. And instead of being reflective and developing a bit of self-awareness, some people will respond with passive-aggressive comments. They will be jealous, they will be sarcastic, they may even get angry. That's not because you are doing anything wrong, but it's just because you've reminded them of what they could be doing if only they had the discipline, the drive, or the motivation. But here's the thing. It's not your job to shrink yourself so others feel more comfortable. Some people will get defensive. Some will get angry. Some will make, rude comments. But there will be others who will feel inspired, who will be encouraged by what you're doing, who will encourage you, who will clap for you. Those are the people you need to focus on. Focus on the people who are clapping for you, the people who are saying, if she can do it, then maybe I can too, because those are your people. Distance yourself from the ones who are trying to dull your shine, who are raining on your parade. It's not personal, it's just projection. Stay close to those who cheer you on and use your growth as fuel for their own.
People can literally tell when you're about to make it. Have you ever noticed that people start acting different when you start moving different? Like, they can literally feel it. They may not say nothing to you, but trust me when I tell you, deep down, yeah, they know you're about to be big. They know you're about to be something good. And the crazy part is, deep down, you know it too. And honestly, it's not because you're perfect. It's not because you have your whole life figured out. It's literally because your energy finally changed. You've started to lock in. You've started to focus more than they've ever seen you focus before. You're not explaining yourself no more. You're just doing the work, and you're letting the work speak for itself. What's even worse is people will literally act nicer to you. They will be more kind. They will compliment you more. They will try to get back on your good side because deep down they didn't believe in you. And that's why I always say, no one's going to believe in you until you do it. So go ahead and do it. Go ahead and post that content. Who cares what anybody else is thinking? If this is your only reminder today, post the content, start the business, do what you need to do, and prove those people wrong. Okay? And don't forget to follow for more tips like this. I post daily so that you can grow on TikTok because we're growing at the top together.
Jealousy is so low vibrational. Instead, what I want you to be is inspired. Let me explain. When you see someone with the one thing that you really, really want, I don't want you to be like, fuck her, fuck him. No, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to get jealous. What I want you to start reprogramming your mind and thinking, how can I learn from this person? How can she potentially teach? See it as a challenge, see it as an inspiration, see it as fuel that you need to level yourself up. Because one thing about me, and this sounds like I'm bullshitting, but I'm really not, I hardly feel the emotion of jealousy. I think it's just because I've trained and reprogrammed my mind to see it as a challenge, highlighting what I need to do, how I need to grow. Does that make sense? So in other words, instead of being jealous, I want you to be inspired and see it as a data point as to how you can level up.
A lot of y'all are some people's walking mood boards, and they will never tell you. They won't say anything. They will just silently emulate. And I'm telling you, if you needed a reminder to pop your shit, this is your reminder. You are some people's Pinterest. You are some people's inspo. You are the aesthetic to some people, but they won't tell you that. Just keep doing what you're doing because they're watching, and they're going to have it on the next day and the next day.
There's people who's jealous of your life, and they wish they can do the things so easily like you. But little they know, that same glow that they want wouldn't want to go through the same painful seasons to get it. So if you ever see somebody glowing, just know it came with a cost to get that.